Kanong yalam jang ka Congress Legislative Party ka Dr. M. Amperin Lindo ka loong ba kan bahala da ka sorkar ka aila chwa ban bishar lang ya ka kaipot ki Regional Committee hakabaya day bat ka jingpynbeit ya upod Assam. Haswa ban IT nilit pinsngaw siya ka sorkar India. Hakaba ka loong ru ba ka party ka badon arngut ki MLA ki badai ki dukot hapo ka Regional Committee ka Kyrmen ba ka Meghalaya kan iohnong hakani ka jingpynbeit ya upod Assam. Kalau ongba kalong kebabha baka sorkar India kalakloy ban sngap ya ki jinglap jong ki jylla hakajaka ban chu IT bet chaki wei pat kitanat kala ai ka jingro ya ki Regional Committee ki batre shitom ban pinkre ya ki kaipot da ka bawat ya ki jingshisha hakijaka kaput baya kaja halor ka jingbam la ban pinbet ya upod Assam nado ki por ba minchwa ka Dr. Amperin kalau ongba menta ka sinchar kadar kala kala shikat day namar benta kinong yalam gide ki balanang lastat bat ki bam shuko ngu ya ke ka bam yaham ban menta lemba ki Regional Committee badon tang kinong mikmat ke jylla hilala ban pindyang ya ka kaipot omsho da ka bashania ya ka Survey of India ne ki officer na Delhi kuma kilale hakisnem baladem banakal yang kinong yalam ka Congress kala airu ya ka jingro ya ka sorkar halor ka ne ka benta hakajo kapor ka Dr. Amperin kalong menta kami satang ka wei ka jingkali hatu ki arngut ki menteri rang ba ka Meghalaya bat Assam kin kongo na em ya ka jinglap jong ki Regional Committee da ka boongru baya menta haban shania ya ka baladep ban pinbet ban lada ya shisha kat kum ka jinglap jong ki Regional Committee ka jylla Meghalaya kan iohnong.
It's a good thing that the government of India today has listened to the recommendation of the chief ministers of the two states and have decided that the best way out would be to inter alia work jointly between the states of Assam and Meghalaya and to immediately go to ground zero to verify facts, verify locations, verify the ethnicity of people residing in those regions. They even went to the furthest extent of studying the epics of citizens. So this is all ground zero information and data collection. Because our members were members of these regional committees, we know that the committees have done a justified job. They have been very thorough. So if you ask me, why is it that the border dispute dialogue could not result positively in the previous years? I would say this, that today the approach to governance has changed 360 degrees. Today, we have leaders who are far more qualified, far more educated, and who are already in position not to obey a notification of a commission which is likely away from the people of the state. You will notice that today the regional committee is constituted by MDCs, MLAs. Now that in itself indicates that these are the correct people to evaluate. It is not the Survey of India as was done in the past, and it is not a distant officer sitting in an office in Delhi that will decide our boundaries. So this approach, I must say, has been a good approach. We have to give it to the state government for coming up with this ingenuine idea. But we must also remember that in the former years, all information collected by those commissions have also been part of the study of the regional committees of this generation. So I believe that that would have been the best thing to do. And that was the best thing that could have been done. Now, question only remains, will these two chief ministers obey what recommendations were given by the regional committees? Because it has been kept silent, secret, we don't know. We know that we are also privy to the information of the regional committees. Even those documents, even if those documents are not made public, our members will be in authority to take out to the public any other misread calculation of these committees. But we must have faith in the system that has been put in place, and I'm sure that if they go by the recommendations of the regional committees, the state of Meghalaya stands to gain in the long run. As we are aware, the state government, represented by the Honorable Chief Minister and the Chief Minister of the state of Meghalaya, or of Assam, have both proceeded to finalize phase 1 of the boundary dispute dialogue. 2 of our MLAs are members of 2 regional committees, and in their briefing to us, the party, we are hopeful of a very positive response. In the first phase of the boundary dialogue and the submissions to be made in the state to the government of India, it would have been ideal if public representatives, members of the district council and their respective heads would have been given an opportunity to review what is to be submitted to the government of India. It is a very tense moment for all of us, because we have sat with our members who are members of these committee, and we have been given the assurance that the correct picture has been portrayed in their respective reports. We know that in West Khasi Hills and Ri Khasi district, in the first phase, there is a strong probability that 9 out of 10 will be given to the state of Meghalaya, as per the reports prepared by the committee. Unfortunately, we are not permitted to divulge any of this information, but as a party, because our members are members of the regional committee, we thought it fit to tell you today that we are confident that 9 out of 10 we will retain all of these villages in the state of Meghalaya, because that was the report that was gathered from these locations. We have interacted with members and citizens of those villages. Our MLAs, our MDCs have taken very keen interest to ensure that what is projected in this report should not be going against the state of Meghalaya. We are confident that at least in the first phase, we will and we should get all of those villages as per indicated by the regional committees. In the second phase, however, we have to again request the government to continue working with members of the regional committee. We still have Langpi, which is left pending for phase 2. Now that is going to be a very sensitive situation for the state of Meghalaya. Unfortunately, we did not have anyone in the Jaintia Hills regional committee from the Congress party. We are blank on information about that. But going from what our members have shared with us, we are confident that all of these locations should be retained within the boundaries of the state of Meghalaya.